Tonight, we are going to discuss what is necessary. What are the steps that are necessary to choose and vet the right woman for a potential long-term relationship? I'm going to warn you guys right now, this is not for guys who have checked out of the dating market. If you've checked out of the dating market, if you're not interested in forming sexual relationships with women, this is not the show for you. So please, I am respectfully asking you to refrain with the, women are not worth dating, I checked out. That's for another day and time. We will discuss that later. But tonight, we are going to talk about the importance of vetting and selecting the right woman. The panel discusses that next. The 7 starts right now. Oops. There we go. What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition of The 7. I actually said that twice because I didn't realize that I had muted my own mic, but hopefully you guys heard that first opening salvo, I hope. At any rate, listen, thank you guys all for joining us here. We already have 250 people watching. Guys, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Make sure we get the likes up. Make sure the... Okay, so Dev says they did hear the opening. Okay, good. I do that a lot. Every once in a while, I'll just forget to do some shit. All right, let us go around and introduce tonight's esteemed panel. First off is the man who has written the revolutionary book, The De-Evolution, and The Free Agent Lifestyle. He is Coach Greg Adams.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another live stream. What's up?
Listen, Coach, I'm feeling some type of way because your ass almost got me hurt last week. I'm doing squats and deadlifts, and then you start talking about gorditas, and I was like, yo, I got to put the bar down. Fam, you had me crying tears of absolute craziness. And you went on for like 15 minutes. I was like, I wish this dude would stop talking about this so I can start lifting again. But that was crazy, man. What started that conversation?
I don't know how some of this stuff comes up, but the gorditas out there, get you one of them big old Latina women to take care of you. You know, they got them titties like they big as your head, you know, gut all hanging over. They'll cook you some street tacos, though, and they'll take care of you. They'll warm your bed up. They'll put a dent in your mattress, but they'll take care of you. They'll stab you up. They got a whole bunch of SA brothers and cousins. Sir. They come back in low riders and tear your ass up, but you better get you a gordita. She'll take care of you, man.
And be ready to buy a new mattress every 6 to 8 months. With
every 6 months, your mattress gonna have to be new, but she'll take care of you, man.
Very good. Next up, of course, is a man who actually he hit the YouTube algorithm skid. One of his videos this week got 1 million hits. He's up 15,000 subscribers. The man who probably should be bigger than he is, Coach Everett Overton. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's good? What's good? Yeah, we finally hit that algorithm, man. Took about 3 years, so don't give up, guys.
Yes.
Big part of this game is patience. If you don't have patience, you'll never make it anywhere. So you got to have that unshakable self-belief and that patience. And as long as you're consistent and you're getting better, you can't stay the same. You got to get better, though. Every week, every month, got to get better. And it will happen for you. So, yeah, man, I'm Coach EO, Mr. Champion Game. Good to be back with the fellas. We're going to kick some good game. Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Let me ask you this. How long have you been doing content creation?
3.5 years, roughly. So I started, I think, November 2017. So we're going on 4 years here in November.
Wow. Incredible. And see, a lot of guys get discouraged, and because a lot of guys think that they can be like an alpha male strategies. And by the way, alpha male strategies didn't build his brand overnight. There was a lot of things that he had done before coming to YouTube that contributed to his meteoric rise. But almost nobody grows like AMS does, right? But for the rest of us, we have to do it slowly and methodically. A lot of guys think, all right, all I have to do is have a viral video and I'll have a YouTube channel and I'll be this and that. It doesn't work that way. It does take time, dedication, consistency, and patience for real.
You know what, Donovan? Most people can't handle overnight success anyway. So it's better to learn the game slowly. Sometimes it's better that way. That way, when you finally get there, you're prepared. You're prepared for the win.
Yes.
See, some people get a win and they can't handle the win. They don't know how to turn that win into another win. They get the one win and now they're done. So you need those little wins all the way up to the major win, and now you work on the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 wins.
Well, congratulations. I think I speak for everyone here and in the audience when I say you should definitely be a lot bigger than you are. I think your reputation
it's a matter of time.
Precedes itself. Good stuff, man. Next up is the man with 74 tech startups. Listen, he's the man with his hands in a lot of cookie jars. He is Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus checking in. Make sure y'all visit hotepjesus.com. Shout out to all my Hoteps out there.
Yes,
Blue book now on sale. The Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity. Go get yourself a copy of that at hotepjesus.com.
See, Hotep, I have a very high pitched voice, and when you give us the final boss voice, I sound like this right after. So thank you very much for the introduction there, Hotep Jesus. Next up is he's our guy from the Dirty South. I think you and EO are probably the closest to just like airtight like pimp game. Like, look, I'm trying to use a bitch for me. He is the book of Alpharonomy. What's going on, brother?
Salute, brothers, man. Glad to be back with y'all, man. Just blasted off on the trip to MIA, man. Just to recharge the batteries, man. You know, I ain't a spring chicken no more. I'm still a chicken, but I'm a winter chicken now, man. So I had to recharge the batteries about once a year, man, to, you know, get ready for this last push, man, into the third and fourth quarter, man.
Yes, sir.
So, hey, man, let's have a good show. Huh?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. By the way, is Bama gonna win another national title? Because it looks like Saban has, I think, the number 2 recruiting class behind Ohio State.
Well, we're Oklahoma and Texas talking about coming over in a couple of years, man. It gives us a couple more teams to beat up on. So,
dude, Oklahoma and Texas are trying to join the SEC, dude. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Last but certainly not least, the dude who fried these bitches, like, well done for 2 hours. They actually watched his show. He is Minister Jap. What's going on, Duke?
Oh, you already know, man. Church is checking in, man. Appreciate you having me on, Don. Man, you know, I'm already got my new nickname. I'm the thought thrasher, the thought terrorist. You know what I'm saying? The tramp crucifier.
Oh, my God.
We really getting that hood rats heavy for the rest of the year.
Listen, man, the hood rats don't like you, though, right? Like, the thoughts, they don't like you at all. Like, they're studying. Listen, I think you should change the name of your church to Church's Chicken. Because real talk, you be frying these hoes. Like, you be frying these hoes for real. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get started on tonight's topic. I don't think Myron's going to be here. He's probably still asleep. I thought he was doing a live stream, but he had a pretty crazy one yesterday. Had to kick a bitch out and all this other kind of stuff. We'll get into that tomorrow sometime. So what we're going to talk about today, or this evening, is we're going to talk about the importance of vetting women. Now, like I said in the beginning, if you're a guy who is not into dating exclusively, non-exclusively, long-term, this is not really going to be the show for you. Maybe you're sort of going through a monk mode right now. Maybe you're thinking about things. Maybe you're doing your self-improvement, whatever the case may be. But most men, and listen, I mean, I'm not going to make any assumptions, but most men, as far as I'm concerned, most men understand that the player life is it's very difficult. It has its ups and it has its downs. But in my opinion, the player life, I grew out of the player life. And for me, being in a long-term relationship beats the player life. On the other hand, a lot of guys might think, okay, listen, I want to slay hoes until I kick the bucket, but most guys grow out of that. So let's go around the panel. I'm going to start with you, CGA. Now, you're a guy who is not going to be you're a guy who's not going to engage in relationships on any level, at least as far as we know. But if a guy comes to you and says, all right, coach, I know how you feel about relationships, totally respect that. But when it comes to vetting women, give me your top 2 things to look for that would either qualify or disqualify a woman immediately.
Oh, that's a good question. Vetting is very important. I've told guys when they're building themselves or rebuilding their lives, they got to get to a point where they have to not consider relationships. But at some point, every human being is going to want to engage in some sort of interaction with women. But when it comes to it, once you build yourself up, then you can come to a position where you can vet them. And the problem is guys don't have a position, any leverage over them where they believe that they can vet them. So they don't tend to ask them the difficult questions,
right,
or put their feet to the fire. So I always look at guys and say, this person has to be within the top 10% of qualifiers for you. And it all depends on where the person is in life. But I mean, certain things should be, what is the term that they say? What do you call it? I'm sorry.
You said non-negotiables?
Not non-negotiables, but there's another word for it where they say not a dead end.
That's okay. Prerequisite.
Yeah, deal breaker. Deal
breakers. Okay,
gotcha. Yeah, deal breaker. That's the one. Thank you, Jap. But they'll say this is a deal breaker. A lot of guys will overcome the deal breakers.
Okay.
But let me just say this, because there's maybe not 2 that I want to offer you. But what I'm going to say is this: when I was in real estate, I'm going to give you the sales job.
Okay.
The salesman's information here. When I was in real estate and selling real estate, I got this call for an incredible lead for a person who was looking for a $5 million residence.
Wow.
On Pacific Coast Highway or near Pacific Coast Highway. Call me out of the blue. I was doing, random calls. So I went to my manager and I said, I'm packing my bags up. I'm about to sell $5 million real estate property because this person's looking. Well, my general manager says, don't get excited. And I was like, why? I got the call right here.
Right.
It's a hot lead. He was like, that's nice. He said, you need about 50 more of those calls.
What? Wow.
And the point he was making was, yeah, that's one. But that one's going to fall through.
Oh, of course.
You're going to need 50 calls that want $5 million for you to get your 1 or 2. And he's been in the business long enough to know that. So with that being said, when you're dealing with a woman for the first time and you're vetting her, you're engaging with her, it's going to sound good for the first week, 2, 3, 4, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. But at some point it's going to end, and that you're not going to get that $5 million come up. You're not going to get the transaction. You're not going to get the payoff. And the reality is you got to have a lot of these things in the fire. And that's where guys get vetting fatigue with women. And so they'll date 5 or 6 women and they'll go, okay, well, this one's good enough.
Wow.
And then they'll deal with that when they'll push their chips in there because they're tired. They're tired of spending money. They're broke. They're tired of running game on hoes. They're tired of asking them the hard questions. And what'll end up happening is they'll push their chips in and say, well, this one will be good enough. And that's where they're going to make their mistake. You got to have 50 potential guys. I had a guy that used to tell me, you got to date 100 chicks to get to the one you want.
Wow.
And that's the reality of it, because a lot of guys don't have any leverage out here.
Right.
And you're desperate to have that one work. I'm going to just tell guys, there ain't no quality. It's just your quality is going to depend on what you're looking for. But if you give in too early and you say, well, I just have fatigue out here dealing with these women.
Right.
I can't run the game like Donovan and my man Hotep want me to run on them. You really got to keep doing this over and over if you really wanted to make it work. Your most important decision in your life is the partner you pick. There ain't no bigger decision than that one. All right. And if you fuck that up, guess what? You're going to be Dr. Drizzy. You're going to be Elon. You're going to be all of these dudes. So you got to be careful.
Oh, my goodness. Now, before I go to, I'm going to go to Coach EO next. And guys, gentlemen, if you would, I'll actually put I'll actually let you guys know who's next in terms of the discussion points. I'll put it in the chat and I'll put it in the private chat. So if you keep an eye on either one or the other, that way we know what the flow is doing. Before I go to EO, you said something very important right at the beginning and right at the end, Greg, where you talked about a man not having the leverage. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, most guys are broke dating, or you're dating and you're hoping a woman likes you for you. I want somebody to love me for me. Bitches don't love you for you.
Stop coming at light skinned niggas, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, get my, hey, look, women don't love you for you.
No.
And that's what guys have to understand. They love you for whatever you're providing, whatever it is that they want. And if you're giving them that in abundance, they're going to stick around long enough. Like Dr. Dre's ex-wife, let's for instance. So when it comes down to it, whatever, when you're negotiating, the negotiation stops when the commitment starts. So if you ain't got no leverage, and then you want her to now work with you, and then you commit to her and you ask for her hand or you ask for her commitment, and there's no negotiation after that. All right, it just ends. So you got to have leverage going in, whatever that is. If you think it's money, looks, player status, game, pimping, macking, pip backhand, whatever it is, it just depends on you. If you got no leverage, these women gonna run circles over you, and you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be making videos. Does look, money, status make the difference? You know what I'm saying? Bruh, you got neither one of them. So what the hell are we talking about? All right. So the guys got to understand, whatever your leverage point is to the point where you can disqualify women and not have them disqualify you.
Okay, very good. Well said. Dre Raven on the Sharpe stream side said, facts, made that mistake, and my quote, good enough, turned out to be crazy. I'm going to go Coach EO, then we're going to go to Minister Jap after that. So, EO, you heard what CGA said about having leverage. In other words, having having options, really. When you have options, you have leverage. This means that you give yourself a little bit more, you give yourself more discretion. You can be a little bit more discriminatory. What, in your opinion, are the top 2 or 3 things, if you can think of, what are the top 2 or 3 things that are, I don't want to say deal breakers, and we'll get to those later, but what are the top 2 or 3 things that a woman absolutely has to have for you to consider her for potential long-term relationship?
All right, good question. I agree with everything Coach said there. Let me say this to men listening, that you should never be with a woman for love.
Woo.
Like that should not be something a man seeks. They're not ready for that.
Love. They're not ready.
Yeah, and I say this because you're going to always lose if you pick a woman for a couple of different things: her looks and feelings. You'll always lose.
Wow.
Okay. That's her category. Is she must love you. My mother told me this when I was young. She must love you more than you love her. Okay, so she's got to. If she does not love you and daily displays that love and admiration and respect and honor, if she doesn't do that daily, you should not be with her at all. You should be in a relationship with her, and you should definitely not marry her. She literally has to like you have to be a shrine. Yes. I'm just being honest. Like, the only way you should even consider anything long-term with a woman is if she's pretty much praying to you every day and bowing to you. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's how I roll, and I'm not going to be with anything less. So that's number 1. Number 2 for me is I'm already running a very tight ship here, just by myself. So at the very, very least, she can't come in here and fuck anything up. Okay. Like, she cannot fuck one thing up. Like, if my I mean nothing. Like, if you come in here and there's a shoe print in my foyer, you're gonna fuck yourself up. Okay. Right. If you don't take your shoes off and the carpet's vacuumed, you can't come up in here. Like, literally, she cannot come into what I created and fuck anything up. That's number 1. And I'll say this. It's not that I need her to add that much to what I got going on. Okay. She just has to help me continue what I got going on. So she doesn't have to come in with a bunch of skills, because women generally don't have a lot of skills anyway. Right. You lucked out with Devin, with her technical expertise and stuff like that. And that was beneficial to you and your current business. So that was I don't want to speak for you, but that was a huge plus for you in making that decision.
Absolutely.
But at the very least, you can't mess anything up. Like, don't give me a headache. Don't talk to me about a bunch of messy subjects. I don't want to hear about your friends. Right. I don't want to hear about your whack ass mother. I don't want to hear about none of that. Okay. And so this is me. This is just me talking. Right. So I just want to say this. I want men to build a life where they don't need women.
That's right.
But if you want a woman and she's kind, she's feminine. Again, she's doing that worship thing. She fucking worshiping you every day. She seeks to please you. Now that's a woman that you should consider having around you.
Okay.
Here's the last thing too. You got to see a minimum of 4 seasons with any woman before you even consider
100%.
a relationship.
Yep.
Okay. You got to see birthdays, holidays, bar mitzvahs, whatever the fuck she has in her life. You also got to be training her that, you know, I tell my girl now, all that holiday stuff you do, I do all my own holidays. Okay. So Thanksgiving, I'm making my own turkey, my own stuffing, my own sides. I'm watching Detroit play football. Right. I ain't going to your mother's house. I'm not doing any of that. So you could chill over there and then come over here with a plate when you're done. And if you don't like it, leave. You don't have to be here. But right. These are my rules and they're non-negotiable. I've built my life the way I want it, and I'm not budging on that.
Excellent. Before I go to Jap, let me ask you one question, because something you said made me think of something. I have always maintained that the best relationship a man will have with a woman can never be with the woman he loves the most. And a lot of guys disagree with that because they're like, well, wait a minute. If you don't love her the most, then how can you have a good relationship with her? Just like you said, you should never get married or get into a relationship because, you know, for feelings or looks. Those things are ancillary. But the stronger you feel for a woman emotionally, the more susceptible you are to the perils of the things that she can do for you. What are your thoughts on, because what you just said about love, what are your thoughts on being in the best relationship means that she can never be with a woman that you love the most?
Was that Minister Jap or me?
No, that was
sorry.
You.
I didn't.
Yeah. No, that
was
you.
me.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned over the course of time that I don't really subscribe to love. I just don't subscribe to that. Okay. I think that's a feeling and it's very fleeting, and that's something that a woman should experience. A man should be more about respect and security. So he should, you know, if you got a woman, you got to protect your family, protect yourself, protect her, and then, you know, security environment. And evolve as a man, because as you continue to evolve as a man, that's an automatic come up for your woman.
Yes.
Okay. Automatic come up for her. When you come up, she comes up. So you shouldn't even be interested in helping her come up, because as you come up, she'll come up. Okay. And if she wants to do anything on the side and, you know, have a little side project, a little, you know, art gallery or whatever, you can help her blossom that and even take ownership of that too. That should be in your name. And that's so that's just how I look at it. So, you know, and so I'm saying is that I don't subscribe to love. I romance all of life. I talked about this during my CME speech.
Yes,
I said, you know, I'm more interested in romancing everything. I don't just romance the woman. I mean, I romance this show we're doing. I put my full effort into this preparation for the show, lighting, camera work,
clearly,
everything.
Yes.
So everything I do has champion game written all over it. So it's not just it's going to be the woman that gets the champion game. It's everything that I touch has champion game written all over it.
Very nice, man. I got to tell you, man, you're impressive, because I've never seen you not just crispy all around. Like, you always, like, dude, everything is always tight, man. And to be able to to be able to maintain that, man, that speaks to your character and your discipline. Couple of super chats before we go to Jap, then Dr. BOA. Jose Torres with the $5 super chat says, all-star cast right here. Keep up the great work and helping us understand the game. Thank you. Free Agent Q, $10 super chat says, shout out to CGA, hashtag free agent for life. Geeky Anomaly in the chat actually said, I had the honor of having Hotep sign a copy of his book at the CME. So that was a really, really cool experience for him to be able to meet you and get his book signed. Okay, Jap. So I'm a 34-year-old man. I'm coming to you. I'm like, all right, Jap, check this out. What are the 2 or 3 most important? We're not talking about deal breakers yet. What are the top 2 or 3 non-negotiable prerequisites a woman has to have to be considered for anything above a side chick?
Okay, so, you know, my expertise is always identifying hood rat behavior.
Yes, you are. Yes,
the automatic deterrent, and I'm gonna help you weed out all of the bullshit that's to come. You know, we're gonna make sure that we eliminate all candidates. I want you guys to look at this situation with being available for women, like either putting in an application or being recruited for a job.
Okay.
That's two different dynamics. You have way more leverage when you're being recruited for a job than a person going in there trying to ask for, a position. They want you already. So put yourself in a position where you're wanted. Have your shit together. That's a skill all in itself. Having your finances together, having your fitness together, having your image together,
100%.
having your mouthpiece tight. Be ready. A lot of you guys step out the house and you're not even ready to approach a bitch or ready for a bitch to approach you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to talk about, I want to get a woman, and you're not ready at all times. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Yes. Very good.
Now, EO took the words right out of my mouth. I've always told guys on my show about love. Love is something that is a feeling. And like with any feeling, like with smoking marijuana, it's a feeling. Yes. With getting drunk, it's a feeling. And with that feeling, it automatically has to get renewed all the time to maintain that feeling because it eventually wears off.
Huh. Okay.
So if you're going to have to, this woman's going to have to work. So if she's not willing to work, because they always interview well. And that's another thing. You guys got the interview process down. You know what to ask. Okay, cool. They can get in the door. Like any woman who gets a job, they'll get in the door, and then 2 months later, she's late. She's kicking her feet up. She's got excuses. She's calling off, and she's slacking, and she's looking for other jobs on the job with you. So what you really need is sacrifice. And the main sacrifice with the most selfish creatures on earth is their pocketbook. Because if they are not spending money, they don't truly invest in you or love you like they profess. I tell you guys all the time, I say it till I'm blue in the face. They will fuck 5 guys in the same week, but they will not spend money on even 2 of them. The one guy who she spends money on is the one that she's truly investing in, that she truly loves, that she truly wants something to be with. Now, that's a starter.
Okay.
But now you still have to have a program. And again, it goes back to the keeping her working.
There you go.
You should never be satisfied, because if you're satisfied, she gets lax. Keep her on her toes the same way the military would, but in a mindset. You have got to keep her working. Keep her improving. Never let her slack. Always be honest about what you don't like.
Right.
And always be willing to leave. A lot of you guys stay in this situation and stay miserable. She's got to know that you have options. And she doesn't want you to view any other options. So she's willing to invest, cooperate, and put in the work for a person like you.
Okay, very good. Well said, man. That will seamlessly transition us to Book of Alpharonomy. Jeb said, put her to work. Make sure she is occupied. What are your thoughts on that? And then give me your top 2 or 3 non-negotiable prerequisites for a woman to pre-qualify for the training to be in a relationship with you.
Man, one of the tough things about coming behind these supremely intellectually gifted brothers is that they say so many things that I want to touch on that I have to fucking say,
I'm gonna reverse the order now. I'm gonna reverse the order next time.
Yeah. So here's the thing, man. Any man has to know that your woman only values what she works for.
Bingo.
She values that degree, not because it's going to make her no fucking money, because most times it don't make them no money. She values it because she feels like she put in the work for it. Now, you say you're a strong man. You say you work hard. Well, look what I have. I have a degree. I work hard too. It's the work. So even if a woman has a degree, it's eliminated if it can't benefit me. Your degree is worthless. You might as well have a high school diploma. So you have to put her to work, because if she doesn't work for you, she's going to work for herself. And if she's working for herself, it's so much easier for another man to pull her in and put her on his team. She has to be focused on everything you're doing. If not, she's not investing to the process of your progress. So what's the purpose of having her ass around benefiting our progress if she ain't investing in the process? Now, my two things are shut upness and obedience.
Okay.
Women talk too damn much and they don't know nothing.
Talk to
Anytime she's running her mouth, unless she's repeating to you the instructions that you gave her for verification, she's just running her mouth.
That's right.
Talking about some random shit that you don't care about. And guys get caught up in to let her waste time talking about those things. And now she feels like her words are important. You let a woman feel like her words are important, she always diminishes yours by thinking about her own. You know, the type of woman, every time you give her some instruction, she got a response for it. But I was taught this. Shout it, I don't care what the hell you was taught. Them people stupid that taught you. So shut up and listen. And when it comes to obedience, obedience is just a necessary thing in training. You can't train someone who's a rebellious student.
That's right.
You can't teach a rebellious student. You got to put them out of class, send them to the principal office. Call their parents for a parent-teacher conference. She's worthless to you if she's not going to obey your instruction. Why? Because look where you built yourself to. You obeyed your instruction. Obviously, you're a hell of an instructor. And if I'm man enough to humble myself, to obey my own instruction, who is this broad where she can't obey what the hell I'm telling her to do, man? One more thing that I want to add. Man, you guys have to stop allowing women to convince you that they have any value outside of the value you give her for your life.
That's right.
I don't care what the hell the last man said. He was a beta male, simp mangina motherfucker, man. He don't know nothing. I'm telling you what works for me, shawty. And here's the thing. My life is so great without you that I really prefer not to have you in my life already. Like, I'm good without you. So, man, you got to come in with, I'm talking about your feet got to hit the ground running, and you have to impress me in every single way because I'm honestly looking for the opportunity to drop you already. Ooh. I'm just waiting to kick you to the curb so my life can go back to the way I actually prefer it. And if you keep that in mind, you got to understand that if the broad ain't working, then, man, hey, man, it's time for her to, man, go out there, man, and find something else to do, bro. Because what men have to understand is that if a woman isn't working on your behalf, she's automatically working against you. There's no middle ground where she's just, oh, I'm just here. I ain't doing nothing. I'm just, no, it's either with you or against you. And one last thing before you move on from
you got it.
You know, in the alpha sphere, we like to keep things in the spiritual perspective as well.
Okay.
When it comes to that love thing, I tell my guys, love God. Give them all of it. Say, okay, God, you can have all the love. And I tell her, bro, if you don't feel it, that's because God don't want you to feel it, because he got control of my love. I can't control who feel my love. It's gone for me. I don't love nobody because I just leave it in his hand. I trust him. If he don't give it to nobody, then damn it, I guess I don't love nobody. It's only if it be a broad, and if he give it to a broad, and the broad say he gave it to her, I don't never question him, but I'm going to sit down and I'm going to say, Lord, tell me this. Why is this broad thinking I'm loving her like this? Because now she want me. Now she want this whole thing to be about love and not her process of my progress and her contribution to that, man. You got to take the pimping and put it in your bones, man. Don't put it on the corner. You ain't got to. You got to put the pimp principles in your life and tell the broad, shout it. If you ain't coming in contributing nothing, if you ain't a contribution to the solution, then I'm gonna be honest with you. You ain't getting out of my life is your retribution.
Okay, so that's going to do it for this edition of the Seven. Good God almighty. What you got, Jeff?
He just took his mink off to come on the show today.
I swear to God. Hey. That's that airtight pimp game right there. God damn, we could have just ended the show right there. Woo, wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna sell that 10-minute snippet. I'm gonna be rich. Hotep, Hotep, if you can, what can you add? Like,
man. Yo, man, BOA really killed it. One more time, let me drop a bomb on that. Yo, BOA, he smashed that shit.
Wow. All right,
so I got a couple of notes here. Here. We're going to go a little bit outside the box with these.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
All right. This is for some old folks. You young bucks might not be able to deal with it because you might still be dealing with bitches that live with their mama. Ooh. So for
oh, shit. Uh-oh. Disclaimer.
So if you're dealing with chicks that got their own shit, you got their own crib, the first thing you need to do is you need to check her bathroom.
Ooh. And what are we looking for, Hotep?
We're looking for grizzle and dirt and disorganization, check the guest bathroom for piss on the toilet seat because
Yes,
only
sir.
men do that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Check the tile grout if it's green and black growing in between the
Oh
tile.
my God.
That might not be the one for you. Two more points.
Got
So
it.
check her bathroom. Bathroom is an indication on any person.
Yes.
Hobbies.
Okay.
Check for a bitch hobbies. What does she do when she's not thinking about you?
Okay.
Because if she got her own shit going on where she can escape to, she's probably healthier mentally. And she's not going to be doing wild and crazy shit when you upset her or, you know, she's out of balance because she's done something wrong and you've punished her for it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
She's got her escape. But hobbies also say something about a woman. I don't care if it's some arts and crafts and she makes little, you know, what do you call them things? Memory books, scrapbooks. I don't care if it's scrapbooking, collecting Pokemon cards. You know, she got to have something that she do at a time. It says something about the individual. And that goes for, again, another thing about all individuals. Never trust a person who don't got no hobbies.
Okay.
Because they're just not a full and complete human being.
Okay.
And Coach EO kind of touched on this one. I'm gonna be a little bit more specific because I think he went a different direction.
All right.
And I agree with his direction absolutely 100%. But mine is about ideology, mostly political and religious ideology.
Okay.
When you pick your women, the first thing you got to know is yourself.
That's right.
If you're questionable on what your religion should be, you should not get into a serious relationship.
Okay.
Because whatever religion you got, you're going to pass on to your kids, and you don't want to be fighting with the wife and having the kids
No,
confused.
you don't.
When it comes to political and social ideology, how you carry your life, the rituals you do on a daily basis, you need to have that for yourself. If you don't have that for yourself, you're not ready for a relationship. Because what's going to happen is you might end up in a relationship with a person whose daily rituals not conducive to yours or antagonistic to yours.
Woo.
They may be unproductive daily people, and you may be productive. They may be negative Nancy's, and you're optimistic, you know. But check their ideologies. Check their are they conservative, liberal, libertarian?
These are important, man.
If they have a political opinion, but there's nothing backing it, that's a problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'd rather deal with a liberal who know her shit and know why she believes that and sees both sides than to deal with a liberal or even a conservative who's just going along with the crowd because that's what's popular at the time. Because you end up in a situation where things could get ugly. But that's the three outside the box takes I want to give to that.
Okay, very good. Well said, man. You know, it's interesting. I hadn't thought about the habits that a woman has. I mean, obviously, but it's so obvious we don't really think about it. Somebody in the chat said check her medicine cabinet for psych meds. 1,000%. C-Dub with the $5 super chat says two things no one, even women, can fake. Time, availability to you, and resources. Show me her planner and checkbook. I'll show you a woman's priorities. Very well said. For me, it's quite simple. It's the three things, the top three things that I'm looking for. The top three abilities. Number one is fuckability. Okay, the first and foremost. The most important ability is fuckability. If she's
stop. Whoa. Stop right there, Donovan.
Go ahead.
That's real nigga shit. I just want to just say that's real nigga shit.
Yep.
And continue.
No, listen, like that's how it is.
A buck on that.
That's how it is, man. If she's not fuckable, I'm not interested. It doesn't matter if she can cook. Doesn't matter if she has a great personality. It doesn't matter if she's submissive. Doesn't matter if she's super feminine. If I'm not sexually attracted to her, I'm not going to get with her. Fuckability is the most important ability because if she's not fuckable, we're never going to find out about all of her other qualities because I'm not attracted to her. So many girls out here are trying to push their fat friends off to their guy friends talking about, well, she may not be a 10, but she's an awesome person, and that's all that matters, right? Wrong. She can be as awesome as Donovan fucking Sharpe, but if she doesn't give me a boner, she can keep all that awesomeness to herself. Number two, availability. listen, ladies, if you're watching this, the 12 of you that are, men of value do not want to date a girl who's always busy. Yes, it is good, I guess, for a woman to have a job. It's good for her to have a healthy social life free of slutty friends, I guess, who negatively influence her, and guys who are obviously trying to get into her panties all the time. It is good for her to have productive hobbies, like Hotep Jesus just said, and it is good for her not to be sitting home every night spending hours on Facebook and Instagram or swiping right for cock all night. But too many girls out here, they just stay too fucking busy. They're never home. They're always out of town. They're always doing something every day, every night, all weekend. That's not a bad thing as far as she's concerned. But a woman like this does not have the time or availability to meet your demands as a man. I'm not going to commit to a chick who's never around. Okay, and honestly,
Donovan, too, the experience too. Well, the experience. She won't have relationship experience. She won't be able. She don't have the experience to serve a man. She's too busy flying around.
Right.
That's a bit.
Donovan, this too. I like what you said about that. With her being too busy, but she can be busy. She can do productive things, but she has to make you and your situation and the relationship priority. She's got to make it a priority. So you gotta have access when you want access.
Right. Well, this is why availability is the number two. Because again, like I said, I'm not going to commit to a woman who's never around. If I want to go out to dinner or on a weekend getaway, I need to know my girl is going to be available. I'm not trying to be with a chick whose schedule is always full. I'm not trying to be with a chick I gotta schedule shit with because she's always fucking busy. Fuck that. Number 3, and probably I guess the third most important, trainability. That's right, y'all. I said trainability. I'm not gonna try to water it down, coach. No, man. I say trainability. A woman who is not trainable is a woman who is either single all the time or she is dating guys she's not really interested in. And then dudes wonder why women cheat so much. Well, 2 of those reasons. Number 1, most girls are not trainable. And number 2, most men do not know how to train them. Gentlemen, women need to be trained because they are raised with bad habits. These are habits that are conducive to slutty behavior. Social media is something that needs to be trained out of them. Showing cleavage when they're not with you needs to be trained out of them. Checking in periodically is something they need to be trained to do, and so forth. And by the way, if you guys are looking for a guide on how to train women, go to donovansharpe.com/courses to get my 5-part 7-hour audio course, How to Build a Quality from a Woman from the Ground Up. And by the way, Chapter 2 takes you from start to finish in terms of training your woman. It is a solid hour and a half of rock solid gold, so definitely check that out. The bottom line here, guys, is that if a woman is not trainable, a woman who isn't trainable is a woman that a man of value is simply not going to commit to. Does anybody have any thoughts on that before we?
I want to just emphasize something that Coach EO said. It was about the eagerness. Yes. It's one thing to have a student, is another thing to have a willing and eager student.
Yes.
So one that, and one of the greatest things I heard Coach EO say since he joined us was something I agree with 100%. She gotta be in love with you. Like, she gotta be like
a fangirl, right?
Yeah, she gotta be a fangirl. She gotta be fangirl out. Yeah. If she's not fangirled out, you need to dial back everything that you're putting forward. Everything. It needs to come all the way back until she becomes the fangirl. And you might have to boost yourself. But I've been in situations where, women have come to me and say, hey, show me how to run this business, show me how to do this, show me how to do that. I think those are some of the best people to work with.
Good. It's interesting. We're gonna go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me say this, Don. You have to be able to rely on a broad, which that's damn near an oxymoron. But
right,
let's roll with me.
That's it. That's the key.
Propensity to behave as if you're with her, even when you're not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And if you can't do that, if you can't at least believe she'll do that, she ain't even worth your damn time, man. Because that means she ain't doing the right shit when she with you.
I want to say this too.
Go ahead.
Based on what BOA is saying, you want to train your woman to be what she is in front of you when she's away, because that's who she really is.
Oh, yes.
So, because a lot of times you got guys have your game tight. The bitch should be acting appropriate. She follows it. She knows your rules. She does everything. But it's like a kid. And I tell you all the time, treat women like kids and pets. But Your kids will come through, yes, sir, no, ma'am, take out the garbage and do all. I used to be like that. I used to do everything until they left the crib. The weed is getting smoked. I'm inviting
Bitches are
people
coming
over.
in.
I'm stealing my dad's truck. I'm riding around, you know what I'm saying? And I put everything back and I look innocent. That's what you have got to understand. And sometimes you got to get that information, you got to survey the land a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Ask open-ended questions in the stomping grounds of people that's around and make them feel comfortable telling you when these chicks are getting out of pocket, because you're never going to know how a woman really is until you find out how she is when she's not around you.
Very good. We are going to open up the phone lines. I'm going to go to EO next because I think he had something. Guys, the phone lines are open. 516-387-1987. We are taking phone calls about things that are your requirements, okay? If you have questions about requirements, questions about vetting, give us a call, 516-387-1987. Or if you have a suggestion, give us a call, 516-387-1987. Let's try to stay on topic. Phone lines are open. EO, did you have something?
Yeah, real quick. I said this on our show Friday. I said men are too concerned with a woman shit testing when you need to shit test her. You need to put her in environments and in positions for her to reveal herself to you.
Ooh.
So like take her to the bar where there's men, sit her ass down, and then go to the bathroom. But and take your time. And then like look, you know, you could casually look back and just watch how she is. Did she keep her composure?
Right.
Did she position her body towards them? Did she flip her hair or whatever?
Right,
or did she did she keep herself just the way you left her? These are things that you need to watch out for. So you need to test these women. They need to be under pressure so they can reveal their integrity and their and how much that they bought into you. Yeah. So don't be afraid of that. I think why guys don't do that is that they're afraid that the truth will come out and they're like, damn, I got to get rid of this motherfucker, which I can't because I got a scarcity mindset and no options. So the thing is, guys, is you have to do this. Position her, put her in uncomfortable situations so you can see how that her true character will come out. And so that's very important.
No, one of the things one more thing on that. One of the things I mentioned
CGA,
in my free ebook you can get on my website, gregadams1.com, is 52 things that all men should do before considering marriage. And that was one of them. Take your woman to the bar by herself. And I said, then the next step is go out with her friends and you. All right. Wow. You're going to see how she really acts when she's with you is one thing. Now, when she's with her two homegirls and you, all right, and you back playing the background, then you're going to see some shit. So don't, like EO said, don't be afraid to do that. I know guys are going to be like, yeah, but I'm going to lose that piece of peace leave. But you want to lose them at this point.
Lost anyway.
Yeah, you lost anyway. You don't even got her. You don't even got her. You want to be able to pre-qualify her. And Jap said it beautifully. There's a difference between applying for a job and a headhunter presenting jobs to you. When somebody's recruiting you for a job as opposed to applying, that's two different things. You want to be able to cross people off, ball them up, throw the resume right in the garbage, pre-qualify them, make sure that they got the money in the bank. When you get a mortgage, they pre-qualify you and then they qualify you. Okay, it's two different steps. You can't even talk to a realtor. You said you got some money and you got a job. What'd you say?
You can't even talk to a realtor unless you're pre-approved. Have you been pre-approved? Okay, let me know when you talk to a mortgage.
Yeah, you need a pre-approval letter.
You pre-approved before we can even talk.
No pre-approval. They're like, I'm not even going to work with you. I'm not even going to waste my time. And so it takes a while for guys to get there. But again, building yourself up, living a free agent lifestyle, that's all going to get you there. Because when you don't do it, then you're going to be working on the non-pre-approval side where you're just hoping that she turns out to be the woman you want to be. And guys, let's just call it what it is. Social media is revealing these women to be who they really want to be. And thank God for social media, because there's no more lies. If you're living the hope strategy now, I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you because you're going to get demoralized out here. But you really got to come to, like, I know BOA and EO, they're a little hardcore for you. You guys are like, I'll never get to their level, but you have to get to their level.
You know what you have to start at their level.
That's
Yep.
right.
Do
You can't like
there's no
work your way to that level.
Yeah, right.
If you don't start at that level, the chick never gonna respect you. You're never gonna achieve what you want out the relationship. So you got to jump straight to exactly what Coach EO is telling you, exactly what BOA is telling you. If you don't start cold, you're gonna be left in the cold.
That's right.
Hey, Hotep, check this out. I'll make it 10 seconds long. When you meet anybody, you're signing this silent contract with people.
Yes.
Whether you know it or not, what you present and who you are is what they either sign up for or don't sign up for. So if you think you can start off like a simp ass, shout out BOA, beta male simp mangina, and then you think you're gonna go, pick up some game at the midway point in the fifth inning, and think you're gonna introduce that new shit to her, she gonna be like, brother, fuck motherfucking shit. So how you start is how you finish, which is why I came up with my mantra: begins and ends with the man.
Real quick,
I'm glad to hear from BOA and EO because after hearing y'all, I'm about to go even fucking harder. Like,
do it.
You guys make me feel like an R&B singer. Like, I'm not really going hard like I need to go. I need to really put my hard bottoms on, put boot to neck on these motherfuckers. Now, thank you.
Hit the church button.
Okay, so check this out. So we had a caller on the line. I think his name was and I'm just going to deviate just for a second because I think this is an important discussion for us all to have. We'll take just a few minutes to address this. So Rick in Charleston was going to call up and suggest that I open up the chat. He says the chat is boring. Just open it up. The reason why my chat is members only is because I get a lot of trolls and I am not emotionally mature enough to handle trolls. This has been a glaring weakness of mine for years, number one. Number two, it's just not something that I'm going to take on right now. Another reason why I make it members only is because people in the chat don't like stuff getting disrupted. People want to have open discourse and honest conversation. Guys, here's the thing, man. And Frank in Houston, I'm going to come to you right after this, but I'm going to go around the panel after I sort of give this summary here. Content creation is the only industry where its consumers expects the producers of the content to work for free, right? Of any industry on earth, from white collar to blue collar, this is the only industry where the consumers don't like it when the people who actually produce the product make money. They'll say things, well, he made it members only as a money grab, things of that nature. Listen, man, this is the United States of America, okay? We are based on a free market capitalistic society. This is literally what our country was built upon. No one accuses Gordon Ramsay of profiteering for having 68 cooking shows on TV. No one accuses Cesar Millan of being a shyster or a grifter for profiting on his dog training know-how. Why is it? And I'm not trying to go in on guys who watch, because 99.9% of people who watch, they understand why certain things are where they are. But CGA, why is it, do you think, that this is the only industry where the consumers have a problem with the people who actually make the product make money? I've never understood that.
Have you noticed that it's primarily in one sector that this happens, and this is in men's information?
Yep.
Men's information.
Yep.
The men want us to put in time, research, philosophy, lighting, characters, music.
Yes.
They want us to do all of this investment, create this time, create content, and don't charge nobody. Well, YouTube is free. Well, every time I look at a gamer, motherfuckers is donating super chats and they don't even acknowledge them. Every time I go to the women's channel, they donate. And every time I go to the comic books, every time I go to every sector I go to, I don't hear people over there saying, this dude make $1 million, so I'm not going to super chat. We don't need to pay him. Stop paying him. He already got enough money.
Right.
They like it when they got money and show off they new cars and show off that they love it. But only here when men, and not only that, we are giving you substance. You watch a video gamer, he ain't giving you a damn thing. but entertainment. We give you substance, stuff to think about, stuff to change your life, financial, fitness, women, relationship, the stuff that really makes you struggle in life. And then we get the numbers and we build ourselves up to where we're competing with these content creators. We gotta listen, to get 100,000 subscribers, you're in the top 5% of channels.
Yeah,
of all channels on YouTube. You're in the top echelon. So right now I can look at you and say, I'm in the top echelon on YouTube. And then they go, well, you're a grifter. You're trying to sell products. You're trying to make money. You're putting the member. And it's like, what the hell do you want me to do? Do you want me to just stay? Do you want me to just stay right here in I had a 2-bedroom apartment when I was doing it. Now I have a townhouse. But you want me to stay in a 2-bedroom? You want me to stay with no lighting, no camera? You just want to stay in your hovel and watch me and then live in your muck and misery? Or do you want to elevate me to help more? It is only the men's I see women's channels and these fat old 40-year-old women talking about finessing and they just donating. Tell them, sister, tell them 100, 50, 10. And then we get $2 super chats. Motherfuckers trying to leave periods out and commas and try to indenture so I can read that shit. Yo, man, it gets tiring to hear people say that people are grifting. We're in a position now to be able to take this thing higher. And I'm sorry I'm monopolizing this conversation.
Please. No,
but it's sad because look, I'm about to
go in.
I'm in a 180, 200,000 subs. You realize how many channels got that? Not that many. So when that puts me in a position to go, okay, well, I can do this full time. But then you got guys like, see, he wants to do it full time and make money off of guys. Okay, what is it going to be? You want me to just come out here and tap dance? Look, at first I was coming hardcore, and now I got some humor in my show. That takes effort.
Yes.
What the hell do you want me to do? And look, if you don't want to support, fine. If you want to watch YouTube for free, fine. Cool. Yo ass don't even have the $11.99 commercial free YouTube, and you've been on here for 5 years. That tells me about you, not about me. And make something of your damn self where you can afford $11.99 or a super chat now a time. You don't have to give it to me, but give it to somebody because the reality is women invest in their messages, and that's why they're kicking our ass, and that's why you need us on here talking shit. Anyway, that's my damn soapbox.
No, listen, I agree 100%. And it's not like we're giving and a lot of guys, they're dating coaches and P8. No. We are changing men's lives here. This is what we are doing. And the reason why it's funny. I remember when I first started doing this, everybody loved me. Then my life started to improve. And then that's when the hate came.
That's when the hate comes.
There you go.
Here's the
okay, go ahead. I'm going to go Hotep, EO, BOA, then Chap. Go ahead, Hotep. You got it.
Here's the problem. These people got 3 things wrong with them: scared, unmotivated, and broke.
Yep.
That's what they all have in common. They're broke because they're broke because they're unmotivated, and they're unmotivated because they're scared.
Whew, wow.
And they're even jealous and envious because Coach CGA is doing so well, isn't afraid to put himself on camera, has invested microphone. All this stuff costs money, you know. They don't consider that things. But the reason why they don't consider those things is because a broke person could never understand or be in the shoes of something they never lived.
Right.
So it's non-content creators complaining about content creators. But if the pockets was good, they wouldn't even think about it, wouldn't even enter your mind. It's very much a scarcity mindset, like Coach EO goes back to. But again, scared, unmotivated, and broke. And they probably ain't got no bitches either.
Probably not. And we're talking about the 0.01% of the guys who are the loudest. EO, what are your thoughts, man? Is it something that we're doing? I mean, is it like, what is it? I don't understand what it is about this industry where the consumers have a problem with guys like us actually making a living doing this. It's incredible.
You know what? I'm super blunt. I tell everybody I'm in this for the money. So I've already told people that I'm in this for the money. I got a 10-year plan. Okay. Now, while I'm making this money, I'm going to help as many men worldwide as possible.
Okay.
That is my ultimate goal. I've been through too much stuff in my life, too many experiences, seminars, hours upon thousands of hours of working to get this game. the approaches that I made with women in my younger years, then to work myself up to a point where I walk in a room and everybody's choosing now. I had to do so much work to get this knowledge that I have. And do you think I'm gonna give it away for free? Absolutely not.
Hell no.
The second thing I'll say is it's kind of like a cash bar versus an open bar. You can see all the lazy, no non-invested motherfuckers run up to a cash bar. They're walking off with 3 drinks. They don't even drink them. They're putting them in plants and shit because they didn't pay for nothing.
Right.
But if you put up a cash bar, those motherfuckers are going up there like with a strategy. Like, okay, how much is the Michelob Ultra? So you have to charge people so they will value it. That's just the way it is. Getting free content all the time, man, they're not even going to do anything with it. So I'm telling people right now, anybody who watches me, I'm charging you. Okay, you're gonna get some phenomenal game, but I'm charging you. If you don't like it, hit the fucking road.
Okay, very good.
And one last thing. No, go ahead. Those that thrive in life are attracted to others that thrive.
Yes.
Okay. So when I see Donovan doing good, I'm happy.
Right.
When I see Coach Greg Adams, when he brought me on the show, I thanked him, man. I said, hey, thanks for giving me this exposure, man. I needed it. I needed it at that time. I really did. And that was a nice spike for me. So I'll always be indebted to him. And just like you, giving me this opportunity here.
Of course.
And so, those that are hustling, and I'm not saying hustling like manipulating and taking advantage of it. I'm talking about grinding this life out and becoming, like BOA says, the most alpha version of yourself. So when you're doing that, you'll be attracted to others that are doing that. But if you're a lazy cheese balls eating motherfucker, bro, you're going to hate on everybody because you got no life. Like Hotep said, you live in a scarcity mindset. You're jealous and you're just an angry dude living a desperate life. So I'm attracted to those that live inspired lives. I'm not attracted to those that live a life of desperation.
Okay, very good. I'm gonna go BOA. I'm gonna go to Jap. Then we're gonna go to Steve in Dallas. Then Carlos in Chicago. BOA, what are your thoughts on this, man? I mean, is it something that we're doing, or is it? I mean, again, this is the 0.01% we're talking about here.
The weird thing about guys is this: you go ask them, go in their closet and tell them out of all the designs you got in there, how many of them motherfuckers have even given you a hello before?
Right.
You look at the car you drive. When has not even the CEO, but the salesman you bought the car from, how many times did that fool call you, man, to give you any advice on anything? But you support him. You're happy about supporting him. Right. You're happy that salesman made that money. And he made the money directly off you.
Right.
A lot of the money we make here is not even coming out of your damn pocket.
Right.
So why are you concerned about it? Another thing I say is this. When you look around, next time you guys watch a movie, any of you guys watching now, watching on the playback, next time you watch a movie, read the goddamn liner notes at the end. You got some editor for this. You got one motherfucker pulling focus for the whole movie. His whole job is to focus here, focus A, focus B. You look at all the liner notes, the editor, the consultants, the damn music director, all of that. We do all of that shit ourselves.
Thanks.
And you mean to tell me we're not supposed to make any money off of it?
Real talk.
Man, this camera ain't free. These lights ain't free.
Shit.
None of this shit is free. This MacBook Pro is not free, homie. And I'm not doing this because I got to have the best. I'm doing this so I can present the best material to you. And with the thanks I get in returns, man, you should do it out your own pocket and give me all this information for free. How many times you guys on the panel get somebody telling you, hey, man, you changed my life, bro. I don't know why, man, if you didn't tell me this, man, what you said yesterday, it's like God was talking to me through you because I needed that. Those are about, like Donovan said, about 99% of the guys. The 1% of the guys, man, who say something else. And I'm going to take a turn right here.
Okay.
There are content creators who create content about us making money on here.
Yes. Yes.
And they try to drive people away from viewing you because you make money.
It's unbelievable, man.
And it's the craziest shit out here, man. So I say to all you men out there, man, if you want blessings in your life, you cannot hate on men who are being blessed. And you damn sure can't hate on men who are blessing you. Because truth be told, we all create content for free. The money just started coming.
Yes, right?
It just started coming one day.
True.
What we gonna do? No, YouTube, I forbade you to send me another goddamn check. Don't send me nothing. No, bro. We're gonna get it. Why we can anyway.
No, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Jap, what are your thoughts, man?
All right. So I want to talk to all of them and just let them know about first what we sacrificed and what we've lost.
Oh my God!
By
Dude,
doing
don't
this.
even get me started.
You about to get it right there. I was just thinking about that. Let them know
about everything that I have to do to give you this. Now, first of all, one of the biggest things is friends and family. When I came out with this information, I was ostracized. Everybody thought I was fucking crazy. You know, I lost friends doing this. I lost family members who look at me like I'm crazy. And I lost women, good women that I was dealing with.
Yeah.
You know, they couldn't deal with the scrutiny of their friends saying that you actually talked to Minister Jap. Minister Jap in his real life's cool motherfucker. I'm not just running around here cooking bitches out in the streets. The conversation is the conversation. You know what I'm saying? You lose a lot. You lose sanity. You still trying to come up with material. You're trying to reinvent yourself. You're studying everything that's going on while you got family and friends want you to come over to this cookout, or why you haven't came and seen this, and why you ain't seen your father. Why? Because I'm fucking trying to fucking build this and make this work, and I'm studying the game while I'm not on the camera, trying to make sure that I can compete. Losing channels, building this whole thing up just for some fucking group of raggedy chicks to say, you know what? We don't like him. So negating all of the work that I put in to entertain you guys, you know, and to give y'all this truth gets knocked all down. Having to do my own graphic design because I don't get no help. Having to come up with the theme of the show, you know, having to write out all of the bullet points and think this thing through while I'm out with a chick.
Yes.
So if I'm out with my girl and she's like, you're not paying me no attention because I'm prepping for the next day. This is more nagging you're dealing with. So sometimes I take a Kanye break. You know what I mean? But we have to buy equipment, have all this overhead, all just for a person who doesn't want to be a member, and the membership start at $4.99. If you don't got $4.99 and just be a member of what all of this that I have going, if you can see this damn laboratory that I'm looking, I got screens everywhere. If you can't contribute the $5 just to be a member, this is not for you. And if you don't want to see me win, I've lost more. I've lost more. I've been doing this before Donovan. I'm not sure before Coach. And the rest of the guys, I've been doing this for a while, and I'm still grinding, and the brothers have passed me up. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. This is stressful. So we lose a lot of brain cells and sanity trying to figure this out behind the scenes. You don't know what Donovan goes through. You got people trolling behind the scenes trying to take you down and stuff like that. All for somebody who don't want to pay $4.99 for something that's an option. And you are able to call in for free to voice that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So literally, man, like this is embarrassing. You wouldn't go out with a chick and not comparing us to chicks, but just going out, period, and be the guy in the room amongst other men saying you don't got $5 for the Michelob. Like, man, show some appreciation for it. I was online for 3 hours and 30 minutes today. Donovan, you saw it.
I did.
Coming back cooking, working a sweat, nonstop jokes, loaded clip with clips and everything.
Man.
Have to put all and find that stuff, download that stuff, chop that stuff up, edit that stuff. It
takes time.
Listen, you all don't know how hard Kevin Samuels works behind the scenes.
Man.
He still tells me I'm not working hard enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's just motivation. But man, you got to understand, we really put the work in, man. It's a lot of work.
One more thing is our image, our likeness, our face, our names are out here in the public, man. Like, you know, I'm not getting another job. Like if they just shut me down tomorrow, I'm not going to be applying nowhere else.
Nope.
I get recognized almost everywhere I go. If I'm with my kids, this dude jumped out the car. Hey, Coach Greg Adams. I was in Maui. Some dude, security guard. Oh, wow. I mean, dude, wherever I go, at least one person recognizes me, which means to tell me somebody recognizes me that didn't say shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like somebody saw me that didn't even come up to me and was like, "That's that damn." And you never know who that is. Could be a hater. Could be a troll. Could be a feminist.
Haters pull up on you yet?
Yeah, you don't know.
They don't talk about the death threats.
That's what I'm saying. It could be at some point, it could be somebody I don't want to recognize me. And that's just a part of the game. And there's always some guy like, well, that's the chance you take. But your ass watching me all the time and you complaining. So, you complaining about money. So, yeah, look, we make a sacrifice for this whole thing.
I'll put a bow on it. Like
Go ahead.
this.
And
Listen. And we're not asking you guys to feel sorry for us because
not at all.
Because listen, real talk, I live a great life. Dude, every one of us, like I wake up every day and I'm just, this is why I work so hard, because I don't take anything for granted. So for the 99.9% of you, who are in this for the right reasons, I think I speak for everyone when I say you guys have changed our lives, as much as we've changed yours. It's certainly a mutually beneficial relationship. It just boggles me as to why. We can get all into this, but all right, I'm going to read this.
Donovan.
Yep.
Donovan, real fast. Emphasize something Coach EO says very important is free game doesn't get acted on.
Nope.
I learned that as a young kid, and I was a very intelligent young kid, and friends would come to me for advice, and I'd say, why nobody ever take my advice? Then I got older and started selling it and found out all these strangers were improving their life off of game I sold them. And I'm looking to the people in my immediate life, and even in my age now, people are reaching out to me, yo, how do I win? How do I win? I give them the same game I charge other people for free. They don't act on it. So now when people come to me, I'm like, yo, it's gonna cost you $1,000, dog, or you're gonna have to give me a sneakers or something. and not cause I need compensation, because I'm sick and tired of people not acting on the information. Right. And I want you to take this information. I want you to act on it. But if I give it to you for free, it's gonna devalue it.
That's right.
And I need you to value the information, because this information is invaluable.
I agree.
Yo, I bought a brand new iPhone just the other day, the top of the line for the camera. I did it for the camera. And you got to buy the charger separately. Apple don't fuck around. They're like, yo, this doesn't even come with a charger port.
Correct.
You got to buy that separately. When he told me that, initially I was like, damn, that's kind of what the fuck? You got to buy it separately. And then but like 2 seconds later, I said, go on ahead, Apple. Get that fucking money, man.
Yeah.
They want to buy those fucking phones for $1,100. Sell them everything separately. You know why? They're gonna buy it. Fuck them. Sell that shit separately. They'll respect it more. They'll wrap that shit up. Wait till you see. You ever see a dude with a charger they had to pay a lot of money for? Man, they take care of that shit, man.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you have to charge people for them to respect it and honor it, man. It's just the way it is.
I just want to say this one last thing. Everybody who does donate, I don't take it for granted. None of us take it for granted. Thank y'all for the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because y'all do support us, and we do take the money and we do put it to use, and we do grow. So you actually dealing with real content creators that's on this panel.
Yep.
Donovan recruited real talent. When we went out to the CME and everything that we have going, wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for the fans.
That's
so
right.
This is all fan funded, and we're putting the same effort that you putting into us. So thank you. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who feel like that guy, we just got to give you the real. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe he thinks this is just, we're gamers and we're just, he thinks that we have Xbox controllers and we're just, this is production.
Like that. Yeah.
This is production. These lights that's around me right now are burning my ass up. So yeah, man.
All right, I'm gonna read a bunch of the super chats later. Let's go to the phone lines. Let's go to Steve in Dallas. Steve in Dallas, you're on live with the 7. Go ahead.
Hey, shout out to the panel. I'm glad to be on.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna get right to it. I met this girl online this week, right? I wasn't trying to make her my girlfriend or anything. And we hadn't even met in person yet. But I could tell she was into me because she kept hitting me up. But because I'm busy, I didn't have any time to meet up with her, right? So she texts me that if I'm always going to be gone like this, she's going to need multiple partners, right? And she says that sort of in jest.
Wait, Steve.
So
Steve, hold on. Hold on. So she said to you, if you're going to be gone all the time, then she needs multiple partners. This is what she said to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well then hold on. Then there's nothing to talk about. You got to drop this bitch.
Yeah,
this is all there's to it.
Exactly. No, exactly. But there's a deeper question. All right, so I go. Wait, there's something on the phone. Yeah, I heard some background noise. Okay,
No,
so
go
I
ahead.
go. Have you ever been with a girl? Yeah. All right, so I go. Have you ever been with a girl? And she goes, yeah, I'm polyamorous and bi. So my response is, well, as long as the other partner is a girl, I'm fine, right? And then she just doesn't text me anymore, right? And that's fine. I don't care, right? Here's the philosophical question. Now, a lot of these girls out here are fucking guys, right? We all know that, right? But if a girl tells you that she's going to be smashing multiple guys, you're going to be like, no, because I'm not going to get fucking cucked, right? But if she doesn't tell you, but if she doesn't tell you if she's fucking guys or not, you just assume she's doing it anyway.
Yep.
So aren't you getting cucked either way?
No.
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 You're not getting cucked either way.
No. You all are caught up in the sauce, dog. Oh man.
Yeah, I think he's up in the room here.
First of all, she shouldn't even have came at you like that.
Real
so
talk.
you've messed up somewhere before this, because she should have known better than to say some shit like that to you. So that's kind of wild right there.
Hang on, Steve.
Well,
hang on,
the thing
Steve.
is-
Steve, hang on.
Well, the thing is,
I need you. Listen, Steve. Just let Hotep finish, and then we'll let you continue. Go ahead.
And
okay, sorry.
the negotiating, you negotiate. There's no negotiations. Like, why'd you even? And that's why she ain't hit you back, because she lost respect that you even found a compromise. You're like, well, if it's a girl, like, I wouldn't even try to think of any situation where that would be okay. I just look at it like, yo, what the fuck is we talking about right now? Like, are you serious? Look the fuck out, yo. Fuck out my house. You know what I mean? Like, so something went wrong with there.
You know what? I'll say this real. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, yo.
Go ahead, bro. I'll say this real quick. I actually respect this bitch for actually being upfront with you. In my opinion, I actually like the game she spit at you. She told you facts. She told you how she lives her life, and she was unafraid to tell you. Okay. And she basically was in her masculine, and you were in your feminine. The way you responded to her.
There you go. So,
and I could tell by the way you talk that you don't have a lot of confidence. And I'm not saying that to belittle you. I'm just telling you because I can hear it.
No,
so
right.
I'll tell you this.
Right.
I actually mad respect to that girl for just letting you know, hey, this is what I do. This is my life. This is how I fuck around. You know, how do you see it? And you're like, nah, only if it's a bitch. And look, even if you're not gonna dabble with it, there's a way to respond like a man.
Right.
There's a way to let her know what your standard is and how you live, and you could respect her game. You could, hey, look, I say this all the time. There are thousands upon thousands of individual games going on inside of one big game called life.
Yep.
So everybody's got their little game, what they do, and they're thriving in that, or they're not thriving in that. So don't hate on somebody's game. It's either you want to be part of that or you don't want to be part of that.
BO8, what you got?
No, and I add this, man. Your mindset has to be this. You have to build confidence by looking at yourself and being true to yourself, that you're not proud of who you are in some area. You don't feel strong in some area, and you have to separate those areas and build them up one at a time. It takes a long time. You look at the guys on this panel. None of us are teenagers. This ain't some shit you can do in your teenage years, man. It takes years to you have to circumvent the beta male in you that wants to get along with a broad and wants to give her value that she hasn't earned yet. Your mindset has to be, is my way or no way, and no way is okay. So the only thing that are on the table are my demands. Bro, you ain't got none.
How old are you, Steve, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 25.
22.
And I just want to say this, it was on her online profile. It said that, right? But I didn't read her profile. I don't read profiles. But check this out, right?
That's on you.
When she
That's on
said
you.
that, sorry, what was that?
He said
that's on you, Carl. You got to be more thorough. Do you just walk into situations without assessing what's going on? I mean, you have to be more thorough as a man. That's part of being a man, is to know all the details. Yeah. You got to be thorough as shit before you enter situations. That's part of being a masculine man.
There you go. Go ahead.
Yo, I done pulled up chicks' tweets and said, "Yo, is this what you said?"
Real talk.
I'll just read it and be like, "What you think about that?" Oh yeah, you tweeted that in 2009 or 2011. They be like, "Ah, shit, yeah, you still think like that?"
I think one of the reasons why he went through what he went through is because in the initial contact, he was in negotiations.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you compromised off top. So you told her basically she can mess around only if that is a woman. So now you put yourself in a situation where you're competing with two women.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So that's a bad circumstance to ever be in. She's supposed to be competing for you.
And Steve, here's the thing. You're young.
Yes.
Like, Steve, you're young. Like, listen, you're 24 years old. Congratulations, my friend. You hit the lottery. You found this community in your early 20s. So you're ahead of the game already. None of us on the panel expect guys that are 24, 25 years old to be out here slaying O's like it's nobody's business. We were all in our mid-20s, and we fell on our faces with girls as well. It is going to take some time, but I will say this. What Coach Eo said is very important. The girl, he respects her game. You want to know something? I do too. The reason why she had the confidence to tell you, hey, this is how I roll, is because she has something called the abundance mindset. If you're not going to be cool with what she's doing, she's got 10 other guys that are going to be cool with what she's doing. And this is the mindset that we need to develop as men. That's not going to happen overnight, Steve. You can't develop the abundance mindset at 28 years old, 29 years old, if you haven't had experience with women. This is going to take time. But one thing that I would caution you against is don't outthink the room. Like, try not to outthink the room. Try not to think about what, I mean, because when you're thinking about this stuff and coming at this theoretically and analyzing, that's when you start to get into your feminine. I'll give you the last word, Steve.
See, okay. I got the point. Now, when I said what I said, I already knew it was over. As soon as she said that, I knew it was over. The only reason why I even responded is because we had good rapport, so I was trying to
Steve, that's an excuse.
as a courtesy.
No,
I just
Steve,
don't want to ignore
Steve,
it. But
no. That's
no,
bull.
but
No,
question.
Steve. You're bullshitting me. Okay, you're bullshitting me. And that, listen. You fucked up, and that's okay. Listen, man, I've made more cringe-worthy mistakes than you will ever know. You don't listen. You don't have to,
that's light. That's light. Just wear that one. That was a light mistake. Just wear that. Wear that.
Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, it's okay. Like, we're not going to judge you for trying to rescue a situation that you fucked up. It is what it is, man. But you don't have to come on here capping, well, the reason why was because of courtesy. No, the reason why you responded is because you were still trying to get with her. Lesson learned. Yeah. Now you move on to the next one. That's all.
And caller, one last thing. It's a feminine trait to be one to justify all these things.
Yeah, man.
And to like come up with excuses and justifications. Yeah. Stop doing that. Just own that you didn't do it right, could due to a lack of experience. Yeah. Now you got a lesson out of this, and you heard 6 other gentlemen give you some dope game. So just move on and do better. That's it.
Listen,
and I add one more thing.
Oh, go ahead. You got it.
Young men, you have to take this phone right here and stop doing all your shopping, and you got to stop letting the women shop you on the phone. If they're not meeting you in person, they really not considering you anything, and they can say whatever the hell they want over text messages until they meet you in person. And then when they meet you in person, they got to be able to back up all the shit they're talking. But you guys go back and forth with them before you meet them 2, 4, 15 days. You texting them and you trying to get, look, man, I don't let people in sales. They would say this, people would call the salesperson and they'd be like, hey, what do you charge for this? Oh, that's the price. Hang up.
Yep.
That's called shopping you.
That's it.
And basically, you don't let people shop you over the phone and over the internet.
All right? Never give them a price.
Don't leverage. Hey, what do you charge for this? People used to do that.
What are you looking for?
What do you charge for this?
Left and right. Why do you need it?
I haven't even proven what I can do for you and shown you why I charge this price.
There you go.
And so you guys go on and on. I don't look, man. I leave women on red. Everybody that texts me, some of you guys know, I don't get back to you, and it's not intentional. It's because I got other shit to do, and I got way more important shit to do than to go back with some poly woman on Tinder. All right, trying to shop.
I'll say this to you, Steve. What you really have to remember is that you told us you didn't make time for the broad.
Right.
So you weren't even that interested in the broad in the first place. To be making all these courtesies at the end, you know, man, you ain't had time for the broad, so the energy between you and the broad was never there in the first place. So just chalk this one up, man. You met a broad, shit, whatever happened, the energy wasn't strong enough for you to even try to make time to see the broad in the first place. She didn't really want to see you like that. You didn't really want to see her like that. You lose nothing. You gain a whole lot of experience that's going to benefit you moving forward.
Wait, this conversation happened over the phone?
I think it was over text.
Text?
See the text.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Lord, no, it ain't text.
Look, I go back once, two,
man.
three. Let's meet, and I learned that.
I thought this conversation happened in person.
It's look 1, 2, or 3. There's an interest. There's an interest on my side. There's an interest on your side. It seems like we're compatible. Let's meet. That's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to go because I think I can do a better job of presenting myself in person. And then I can negotiate in better faith, and she negotiates in better faith. If this broad can simply fire away text to 50 other dudes, there ain't no way you can stand out. No. So why even go back and forth that way? And if she doesn't want to meet, and she wants to go back and forth with 49 other guys, let her do that. Bye.
And we're not trying to pile on Steven Dallas. This is tough love.
No.
Yeah. Listen, man, like we've all been there. And somebody said in the comments, if this is the worst L he ever takes, he's actually doing a pretty damn good job, to be honest with you. I got Corey in DC who's next, and then Chris in Ohio. So let us go to Corey in DC. Corey, you've got a situation and you want to know whether or not you should break up with her. Fill us in on the details here.
Yes.
Corey, are you there?
Am I online?
You are. This is you.
Hello?
Yes, Corey. You are on live.
Oh, no. I just wanted to come on here, man, and say thank y'all, man, for real. Like, without...
Yeah, see, that's not... No. I specifically asked people to call. See, Corey in DC, he, according to my screener, said he's either going to be the bad guy or die being the hero. At the end of the day, everyone has an option. No. We want you to call us with questions or comments about the importance of selecting and vetting women and or relationships. We appreciate you calling. We appreciate you guys, giving us props and all that. We appreciate that, but we have a show to run. And I guess the other guy got scared and dropped off. So phone lines are still open, guys. And while we're waiting for phone calls, I'm going to read off all of these super chats. We have a zillion super chats here, so please bear with me. Jimmy in Dallas with the $5 super chat says no free lunch. Ryan Sullivan, haven't seen him in a while, says too many cheap dudes, always super chat. P. Willie with the $50 super chat says shout out to this super panel for this boss level game. Appreciate that very much. REI 12 figures $5 says the British girl that doesn't show her face probably makes $2,000 per episode. These same guys are probably the ones sending her money. Yeah, that's exactly right.
My God.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Jessica X. Lloyd Vaughn, $10 says thank you, brothers, for all of the work you do. Uncomfortable Truth, $10 says thanks for y'all's work. Adrian Tapia, welcome to Chat Privileges. Clearly, Adrian Tapia doesn't have a problem with the $4 membership. Thank you very much. Young and Retired, no cap, $2 says, I'm the king of the $2 super chat, like CJ was grilling about. ES Instrumentals, $10 says, I appreciate the knowledge in game you guys give to us. Thanks a lot. Brown, $2 says, I got $2 to faithful. I don't know what that says. Appreciate it. Adrian Tapia, $5 says, these guys deserve to make a living. Invest in yourself. Amari Antiquity, $5. Thank you for that. Jimmy in Dallas again says, this info is more valuable than 80% of what is taught in schools today. Real talk. Uncle Guns, $20 says, few places on any platform where you can find men of this caliber that provide this much value. I totally agree. Champ the Mystic, $10 says, thanks to all of you, man, for taking the time to do this. Solid panel for real supreme knowledge and information. Free Agent Q, $10 says, y'all are putting it all on the line to help men improve their lives, and being a content creator is not an easy job. I respect all you gentlemen and wish the best success for you all. Casual Germ, welcome to Chat Privileges. So I greatly appreciate that. Okay, so let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to Q in Chicago. Q in Chicago, you're on live with the 7. Go ahead.
What's good, gentlemen? I just want to say I've been watching you guys for a while. So My question is, so I just recently split from my lady of 18 years. Was a whole family man. Identified I did a lot of simping within, trying to be a family man, trying to appease her, keep her happy. She left the house a couple times, you know, would go stay months at God knows where. But she's all I'm used to, and I'm trying to see if that worth trying to fight for.
Okay.
And we have a kid.
So how long have you been married?
We weren't married. We were just together since kids. We were together for 18 years since high school.
You guys have any children?
I'm 35 now.
Hey, if you want your bitch back, you got to stop wanting your bitch back.
Well, wait a minute. I'm going to get some information from him. So how many? Do you have any children with her?
Yeah, he's got one.
I just have one.
Okay. How old is the kid?
I got a daughter. She's 12.
Okay. So you've been with this woman for 18 years. Why are you considering breaking up with her?
Well, I didn't consider breaking up, and she left. She wanted me. She said, you know what? She don't want to be with me no more. And then she said, I got to find my own place. So I did that. Moved out yesterday. But now it's like she says she's pissed off at me and she's angry with me. She's upset with me. And I'm like, well, you asked for this. So I'm like, what the hell? She playing these mind games. So I'm just confused.
Q, there's no. Hold on. There's no confusion. Listen, she freed you. She freed you. She put you out. You found another place. I don't know what. Like, are you thinking about getting back with this woman?
I mean, yeah, because it's still kind of fresh. So
I understand.
That's pretty much all I've been thinking.
No, I understand. Q, here's the thing, and it's easy for a guy like me. It's easy for us to sit here and say, just leave the broad. It's easy for us to say we haven't been with her for 18 years. We don't have a child with her. You guys have known each other since you were kids. You love this woman. But part of being a man is doing things that are very difficult to do. You understand? You're going to have to leave this woman because if you don't, she's going to make your life a living hell. You are entering your prime as a man. You're 35 years old. Your girl is probably, or your ex-girlfriend, probably right around the same age. Guess what? Your life is going to be better than hers from here on out. It's not going to be easy, but I cannot tell you how important it is to stay broken up with this woman. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to lie to you. But you gotta stay away. She put you out. She did you a favor. Listen, man. Listen. Go through the pain. Rip off the Band-Aid. But do not get back with this woman. Do not. And do not have sex with her. Because when she tries to get you back, she's gonna try to trap you with another kid. I hear about this all the time. Does anybody else have anything on this?
I think that definitely avoid everybody on that one.
Okay, let's go around the panel. Let's go.
Hey, jumps on yeah. You might as well go around the panel.
Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I just think that women always are unhappy, and they always leave because they're unhappy. And in their pursuit of happiness,
what's your advice for this guy though?
Is their pursuit of selfishness. She's going to constantly be looking for something better. She left because she's looking for something else. She's not doing what's best in the best interest.
She left because she found something else.
Yes,
that's right. Thought she did, but that didn't work out.
And see, that's the thing.
Well, she don't know if it's good or not.
She was a stay-at-home mom.
I don't care. Listen, Q. Listen, listen. I hear you, and I'm not.
She's still not happy.
Hang on, Jet. Hang on a second. I'm not trying to break your spirit, and I'm not trying to. I don't want to hurt you, man, because I know this is a difficult situation. But here are the facts. Your woman put you out because she found someone else. Women don't leave a relationship until they start another one first. This is true in 974% of the cases. So you're going to have to wrap your mind. Well, my woman would never do, and my woman was a stay-at-home. She absolutely has someone else. There is no doubt. Go ahead and finish up.
That definitely was my mentality.
I asked to see her cell phone if she's that virtuous.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Who else has something? Because we got
it's too late anyways.
Can I offer?
EO, we're gonna go EO, Hotep, BOA, then CGA. What you got, EO?
Yeah. I'll tell this caller this. I want to see more guys leave women rather than be the weight to be left.
Right.
Okay. My guy, Coach Greg Adams, always talk about divorce rates and how women initiate most of them, and that's true. And it's because the motherfucker won't leave her bitch ass. He won't leave her. Okay. So he just waits for her to leave him. Honest with you, a lot of the time the woman's waiting on you to leave her, man.
Yeah.
That's exciting for her, actually. If you ever want to get your women back, dump them motherfuckers,
Real
bro.
talk.
If you want to let's just say you still want to deal with her, you're gonna have to tear up that old contract and start a new one. And how do you do that? You dump her fucking ass. All right. And don't say you didn't see this coming. You saw all of this coming. You just ignored everything. You probably got lazy. You probably don't look very good at this time either. Because guys that look dope usually talk dope. and that's just a fact. So you probably need to champion your life back in some fashion and become much better than you've been. And so I'm telling you right now, I don't care how long you've known. I don't care. I have friends that I've known for 20 plus years that I don't even talk to anymore because our friendship has been severed. It was built on a prior life, and I've exited that life and entered a new life. And so you got to accept that that's the way the game works. So I'll just tell you this, guys, please don't wait on women to leave you. Leave them. And then if they come back crawling because they say, oh, he's got some balls after all. Oh, I've been waiting on a motherfucker to dump me. I've been waiting on him to give me a thrill. I've been bored in this kitchen, and everything he does is boring. So, hey, look, I'm not saying that this is going to be the ultimate answer, but you have to start dumping women when there's disrespect and you see the warning signs. Leave them, be done with them, let them crawl back, and at that point, you make a decision if she's worthy of coming back.
Okay, very good. Yeah, my apologies. I thought my laptop was being charged, and it's not. So that's I've got a little bit of difficulty coming on. Go ahead, Hotep. What you got?
Okay, so he has no idea how great this moment is for him.
Oh yeah.
This moment for you represents a rebirth. This is a period of reconstruction. Women don't leave dope men. Unless they leaving for the bag. Okay, but the problem is you're not dope. Like Coach EO said, you probably not hitting the gym. You probably don't dress fly. It's something wrong with you. You're not a complete man. I don't know if you should get this chick back or not, but if you do want her or more other chicks, you have to focus on yourself. You got to rebuild yourself. And I always tell the young boys there's 3 pillars to making a man. It starts with emotional control. Emotional intelligence is the first pillar. I can tell you a little bit on the emotional side. Next, we got to go mind and body. Is your mind honed and focused? And is your body right? Is you hitting the gym? Because that takes care of 90% of a man's problems. Hitting the gym. All around the board, women, work, productivity, happiness, all of that comes with hitting the gym. So I would say this is a period of reconstruction for you. You need to wake up tomorrow and go hit the gym, slim down, bulk up in the right areas. And when she sees the new man, she going to be asking for you. You're not going to have to try.
Okay, CGA. I'm sorry. BOA, what you got?
You know, brother, I'm going to tell you something right now, man. And this is going to hit you kind of hard, but when I knock you down, I'm going to pick you back up. Right now, you're at the point in this relationship, or if there is a relationship, where you've been reduced to being a beta male, sim mangina motherfucker.
Woo! Uh-oh.
Here's the reason why. The reason why is you've given all of your masculine energy to this broad.
Yep.
She's been a succubus in your life. She's continued to drain and drain and drain, not because she's stronger than you, because you willingly gave her access to drain.
Right.
You said yourself, you've given her everything. She was a stay-at-home mom. There's no greater freedom you can give a woman in the world than to allow her to be a stay-at-home mom while you foot all of the bills. You've given her provision and protection, but you've given yourself nothing. Now, she's out of your life. Let me tell you what you do. You got to block that broad on everything. Don't talk to her. Because every time you talk to her, it's going to stop the process of you rebuilding yourself.
That's right.
Let me tell you why you want her back. Because when you're with her, you feel complete. Not because she's the completion of you, but because all of your damn masculine energy is with her now. So you need her back in order to feel like even the version of yourself were. But forget that version. That's the version that allowed a woman to drain. Now let me pick you back up. You got to understand it's time for you to reclaim and rebuild your manhood and masculinity. Forget being the man she wants. She don't respect that man. She put that man out the house. She don't know if you were going to be able to land on your feet or not. She ain't give a shit. What you got to do as a man is build yourself into the version of yourself that you want to be. And that version is going to be too good for this broad. What you have with her is done. You're what they call an absent father. Embrace that. Because what it does, it puts you in a position of power when it comes to being a father. It puts you in a position of power when it comes to dealing with her, because all she can get from you at this point is financial assistance for the child. Embrace that. You don't have a woman no more. Build yourself into the version of yourself you need to be, brother. It's going to be a long process, but you got to block that broad on everything. Use your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, somebody as the liaison between her so you can get your child when you need it. But you got to put yourself some distance between you and that broad right now.
The big problem was the fact that she was even in the position to kick him out.
Yes, right.
That let you know he was completely out of bounds on his masculinity to begin with. You never want to be shacked up with a chick. She need to be shacked up with you, if you even shacked up at all. So you need to be able to have that leverage.
Yes.
So next time you come back, make sure you got your own spot. And she's staying with you and not
your
vice
name
versa.
on the lease, not hers. Real
talk.
Yeah. CGA.
Well, I was about his age when this happened in my marriage with my young kids. And, you know, I definitely want to tell you, you know, focus on your kids and get them through this patch. But in poker, they call this bluffing. And she bluffed the hell out of you. And you called the bluff. And you said, okay, I'm out. And now she said, what?
Yep.
And now she's going, because I say it like in baseball, women don't steal second base and they don't take a lead. They keep their foot on first base and still thinking you were first base. And she was trying to steal. All right. And then you caught her ass stealing and then you tagged her ass out. And so now she's got to figure out what to do now. I always tell women who do this, and women at this age are going to do this. They're at the tail end of their peak value.
Yes.
So she's going to go out there to try to see, is this the last man I'm going to ride this out in the sunset with, or could I branch or hyper, whatever you want to call it? This is what she did, and you called her bluff. Now, you at 35, I know you might think like you're an old man. This right here is the beginning of your life, dude. I'm going to tell you, because what you're going to go through in the next 10 years, there's going to be a metamorphosis. You're going to become the man who you want to be, as opposed to become the man that she needed you to be. And so, look, you might end up going back with her. I don't know. Just for the kids. I discourage men for doing that, because the time that we need to do that is all past now. That's the olden days. You can raise your kid or be with that kid 50%, whatever your custody arrangement is. You can be an effective father from a distance without her interference, and you can do this without her in your life. It's possible for you to do this, but I'm going to just tell you, if a woman ever does that and she bluffs and you call it, and her ass is out there twisted in the wind, that's her ass.
That's it.
He's going to need you way before you need her from here on out. And that's how you're going to have to look at it. Like, you colder than her, you fresher, you doper. There ain't I mean, just give yourself a year. Do some push-ups, do 50 push-ups a day, then 100. And then you're going to realize that there ain't nothing that she can do is going to be better than you for the rest of your life. For the next 45 years, your life is going to take off and her ass is going to be stuck right where she is. And that's just that she bluffed. She bluffed. And it's a hard lesson for everybody to learn. But never go back to somebody that bluffs you. That's like trusting somebody that bluffs you in a poker game. Are you going to keep falling for the okie doke? No, she bluffed you and you called that biatch on it. And then now you live in the free agent lifestyle. It is what it is.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we've got roughly 8 more callers. So what we're going to do is we're going to have whatever their question is, only one of us is going to answer their question. So callers, when I bring you on, and thanks for the call, Q Chicago, thanks for the honesty. So caller, when I bring you on, if you say question for the panel, I'm going to hang up on you. You need to choose a panelist specifically and ask your question. Let's go to Anthony in Virginia. Anthony in Virginia, you're on Live with the 7.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
Hey, man.
Thanks for taking my call. I guess I'll choose Jap.
All right.
Pretty much, I'm just having a hard time closing the deal with women. My resources are fine, you know, like I got a nice car, nice house, and all that stuff. But pretty much, I go up to girls, and I think I should stop asking, you know, like, let me take you on a date, and you know, that kind of stuff. And I'm really thinking about just doing Hail Marys and just going straight for the 5-letter P word type thing and just making it about that. So, what is your take on that? And I'm sorry if I didn't explain it good enough.
I think I understand what you're saying. Like, okay, so you basically having trouble initiating interest.
So yeah, something like that. Like I'll let them know, like we're talking, conversating, and you know, I think that if at least I'm interested. But
all right, so look, the dating thing is really dead, and women of this day pretty much killed it. What I do is a lot of icebreakers. I recommend doing a lot of icebreakers and meetups. So you know, you want to make it more a casual thing and not a formal thing, because you know, hey, would you like to go to dinner? Well, first of all, dinner's gonna be whack. You're sitting around asking a bunch of questions. It's gonna be like an interview. You know what I mean? You're not gonna movies. That's whack. You're not even talking. You wanna meet up at places where you can kind of get to know her and get a kind of, you know, active and get a good conversation, a good vibe. Bars and grills, something like somewhere you're not spending a whole lot of money, you know what I mean? And somewhere, you know, you guys can get in and it's got a good vibe. But meetups, I definitely, and then assume it. I mean, if you ever worked in sales, we assume the sale.
That's right.
So if you got confidence already and the conversation's going good, like when next time you gonna be free? When next time you off work? All right, tell you what, meet me here. Just assume it, you know, automatically, you know, make the decision for it. But make it a comfortable thing and not an uncomfortable thing, you know, and make it fun. Keep them talking. I ask open-ended questions because I come from a sales background. So I ask open-ended questions where a woman is just going to run her damn mouth. She's like, oh my God, I love talking to you. You're such a good talker, but I'm not even talking. I just asked one question. What kind of shit you like to do? Well, I do this, and this. A woman loves to just run her goddamn mouth. Like, oh man, that's crazy. You know, over complimenting, no, don't do all that. You ain't got to do all that. Right. Bad bitch, no, she a bad bitch. If she's around you and you're in her face, it's automatically assumed. Some of you motherfuckers go too crazy. Oh, I love your hair. I love your hair. Stop with that boring shit. Okay, they love assholes and they love guys that automatically assume that we linking up sometime this week. Okay. So look, I'm trying to see you sometime this week. Let's see when you free, because I only got like a couple of days that I'm gonna be free. When you want to do something else. Okay. All right. You know, and I would just work it like that, man. But you could always email me, hit me up, you know what I'm saying, Instagram, or come on the show or something like that. We could chop it up a little bit more about that.
Okay. Thanks for the call, Anthony in Virginia. Let's go to Keith in Maryland. Keith in Maryland, you're on Live with the 7. Which panelist do you want to pose your question to?
Okay, this is a coach.
Which one?
Greg Adams.
Oh, okay, CGA, go ahead.
Okay. Actually, it's a comment because when I was put on hold, the young lady, she said, okay, you have a question or a comment. I'm on the other side of 55, and I'm retired military, and we have a lot of experience having traveled the world, living in other parts of the world as well. I've got a list to put out there. One is know your pedigree. You have to have standards. Don't be a lapdog. You stay fit and active. Reinvent yourself. Have other interests. Scuba, golf. Be visible. You want to set up a business. I'm also an electrical contractor. You got to have some skills. Electrical, mechanic skills. Women always looking for a mechanic or handyman. Or if you have a business, you got to have a business. Have land, assets, and resources. You got to have your toys also. Jet skis, ATV, a boat, RV.
Okay, thanks for the call, Keith in Maryland. That is for another day and time. I appreciate I appreciate the contribution, but that was just going on too long. Let's go to Chris in Ohio. You have a question about your relationship, whether or not you should break it off. What are the details on that?
All right, thanks for getting at me, guys. This is for Coach Craig Adams.
All right, what you got?
So the situation is being, like, I'm abandoning Peace League on this day, and I'm trying to figure out if I should just cut it off, not like cold turkey, and not talk to her anymore, or like do it kind of gentle, because she kind of invested a lot into me. Like, we're moving, she relocated, we've been talking not that long, but just for a year. And I'm just like, would probably be the easiest option without causing the most drama.
I'm missing some details.
Yeah, I was gonna say he didn't really give us too much detail.
Yeah, so you're with a girlfriend and you're trying to break it up with her. That's kind of what I understood.
Basically, yeah. I'm sorry. I should have gave y'all more details. Like, on the topic of selecting and vetting her. Like, I've been doing that over the year that we've been talking, and like, she ain't really been meeting my standards in a lot of areas, and I've been bringing that to her attention. And she's been trying to like show like sense of improvement or urgency or whatever.
Hang on, real quick, CJ. I'm gonna break in here. Chris. Check this out. So, what areas is your woman not meeting your standards?
Like, I just want to say in like the femininity department, like keeping it clean, doing like sexuality, cooking, like just simple stuff.
So she doesn't cook. She doesn't give you sex.
Sounds like she's not clean.
Like
I told you about them bathrooms.
Yeah, I think it comes down to two things. If you don't mind, if I throw them in real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't think this guy knows.
He selected wrong. He didn't know what he wanted. So you selected wrong, and you rushed into it by having her move down. I mean, it was way too soon for a year or less to have a woman move down to come be with you. And so number one, you selected wrong, and two, you're not a great coach. Or in short, either you're not a great coach or she's not coachable, or probably both. Because if she's unclean and not sexing you, that all reflects on you. Everything that she does or doesn't do reflects on your leadership. Everything.
Well, one thing.
So instead of blaming her, I mean, I'm not. I'll throw it to Greg because it was his question. But there is accountability to go along. There is accountability on both sides. But how I teach, and I'll throw it to Greg, of course, because it's his question, but it all comes back on you made the selection. So that's number one, hold yourself accountable. You encourage her to come down, live with you, do all that stuff in less than a year. It was way too fast. Yep. So you couldn't vet her. You couldn't really identify her strengths or weaknesses or how she'd be an asset to you. None of that took place. I can hear it in your voice. Yep. You really didn't even know how to answer the question. So it comes down to you choosing wrong and not being a good coach and not picking somebody that's fit for your program.
Okay, very good.
Yeah,
CJ,
I would say just real quick, just guys. I mean, we all learn these things. You can't negotiate after a commitment. Nope. I mean, I'm just keep it simple like that. Can't negotiate after commitment. Can't teach. Can't instruct. Like, I've coached a lot of players, and a lot of my coaching background comes across in my dealing with women. I know if I have my team on day one, I can't be all jokey with them. I can't, be like, we ain't be lackadaisical. I ain't no rules, just do whatever you want. And then come down hard on them. All right. In the middle of the season, and then expect us to start winning the championship. I could do the opposite. I could come down hard and then give them a day where I'm light. All right. You know what I mean? And then come back because they already expect that. But I think a lot of guys you'll have to learn this. If there's a lot of women out here, guys, I don't know if you know, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of ugly ones. There's a lot of fat ones. There's a lot of entitled ones. There's some pretty ones. There's some nice young ones. There's a bunch of old ones. What I would tell you is, if you feel like you're losing ground with one, never feel like you can't get another one.
Right.
And start the process over. Yep. This is what I would say. Keeping it short so we can move forward.
Look, man, we as men, we have all the time in the world, man. Even if at 35 years old, you have to start all over. Dude, I had to start all over again at 32. Dude, 11 years later, my life is fucking awesome. Never be afraid to start over, man. We as men, we have time. We have one more super chat. Jason Bravo with the $100 super chat. He says, despite not being out in the dating market, I still got a lot of insight and knowledge from the panel. We have all simped at some point. The best thing you can do when you get dumped is pick yourself up and take advantage of the situation. Build your life for you. And with that, that is going to bring this edition of the 7 to a close. Let's go around the panel, man. Tell the people where they can find you. CGA, lead us off.
All right, GregAdams1.com. Go over there, check it out. Big website that'll take you to the YouTube channel. YouTube is the mothership. That's where all the content starts, and then you can get from there.
Awesome. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. We're all mixed up now. Dr. BOA, there he is.
Man, YouTube, Book of Alpharonomy or Dr. BOA. IG, book_of_Alpharonomy. Got a dope audio book, man. The Pimp Shit Your Daddy Never Taught You. On bookofalpharonomy.com, man. Right now, man, is blowing and going, man. And you know, if your mind ain't right, man, if it don't get your mind all the way right, it damn sure let you know your mind wrong.
Good shit, man. Hotep.
Yo, Donovan, great show tonight. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
HotepJesus.com, Amazon, HotepJesus.com, Unbreakable Rules of Masculinity. Just my take on masculinity. So go and get a copy of that. Thank you.
Okay, good shit. Jap.
Oh, man. Appreciate you having me on, Donovan.
Absolutely.
You guys want to get in touch with me, you know what I'm saying? Get in touch with the church. Type in Minister Jap in the search bar at YouTube. Come right to the channel. We live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Also, hit me on Instagram. This is Jappa. Facebook, I'm coming back. They keep banning me.
They're going to let you back.
You know what I'm saying? At ministerjap.com, new clothing and apparel will be on its way. I'm working on that for y'all.
Hashtag say no to single mothers.
Factory.
EO.
Yes, sir. Donovan, thank you for the opportunity. Absolutely. And shout out to everybody here. I'm Coach EO. That's search me on YouTube. Just type in Coach EO. You'll see me there. I have an amazing series right now that people are really digging called Killing the Simp. And I'll give you guys a little quick 2.5 to 5 minute videos on how to kill that simp inside you, because it's there. If you're born into this world, you have shades of being a simp. All of us do. And then we got to kill it. So my website is championgamecoaching.com. You can book a session with me. That's where the magic happens. You can find my book there, merchandise. You can watch even a Champion Game film there. And you can also follow me on Instagram, CoachEO_Champion Game. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Listen, guys, fantastic episode. I've got to figure out a way to streamline the calls better. I think I'm going to give callers 30 seconds to get out what they need to get out, and then maybe just answer the questions one at a time. Because I think we're all in sync in terms of what our fundamentals are, but we'll get all that straightened out. Again, that is going to do it for this edition of the 7. My thanks to Coach Greg Adams, the Book of Alpharonomy, Minister Jap, Coach Everett Overton, and Hotep Jesus. Thank you all for your super chats and support. We will see you next week. Take care.
Peace.